What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I am back with the Dubnation Debate episode in the Dubnation Debate series, man. Here after every single Warriors game. Today, it's just like a state of the Golden State Warriors episode that is much needed. I want to say if it's your first time viewing my channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you can get these videos as soon as I upload them. I'm usually way more energetic, but I do have a touch of the flu or cold or something. And, kind of got your boy down a little bit. Stayed in bed nearly all day yesterday, drinking a lot of tea and a lot of water. So send your prayers up for your boy, please, because I got to go back to work Monday. But last night's game, man, that's what we're here to talk about. A collapse of epic proportions. 18-point lead in the last 7 minutes of that game that was relinquished, and you lose on a buzzer beater. A half-court shot by Nikola Jokic. There's so many things that went wrong in this game. And I'll be honest with you, man, I didn't see like the first half of the game, but I did see the entire collapse. I saw the entire collapse, okay? Obviously, the Warriors had a huge third quarter last night. They outscored the Nuggets by 20. Was it 20? Yeah, 44 points, 24. That's the old Warriors blueprint, right? Third quarter dubs. We saw them last night. And it seemed as if they were going to cruise comfortably to a victory over a team they haven't beaten the last 5 games in the regular season. So Warriors were definitely looking to get a win. A team they played very well on Christmas. And then, a lot of controversial calls that went the Nuggets' way to help them win that game. But at home yesterday, it seemed like the Warriors were clicking on all cylinders, and then what happened? We're going to talk about it. So, the first glaring issue to talk about is Steve Kerr's rotations. All right. What's going on with Steve Kerr and the young fellas? I thought we established that. Excuse me. Thought we established that we need these youngsters in order to win. I thought we established that 2-3 weeks ago. Trace Jackson Davis gets his chance to come in the lineup. Jonathan Kuminga gets more playing time with Draymond Green out. I'm not even going to talk about, we'll talk about that later, but those two specifically, right? Trace Jackson Davis and Jonathan Kuminga. We need those two playing at least 15 to 20 minutes a game. Can't be anything less for the Warriors to be successful this season. Those two guys have to be an integral part of the rotation every single night. Why? Why? Let us pray. Why? Why should they play so many minutes? You want to know why? Look at last night. Jonathan Kuminga, 18 minutes played. 16 points. 4 assists, 4 rebounds. 5 of 7 from the field. 6 out of 7 free throws. Okay, what are you saying? He played 18 minutes, though. Okay. But you have an 18-point lead in the fourth. The Nuggets started whittling away at the lead. You got a guy who's came in and gave you 16 and 18 minutes. Do you know how good that is? And putting pressure on the rim. He had 7 free throw attempts. That's what the Warriors are missing. We got a lot of shooters. We got a lot of guys who can get their shots, who can catch and shoot, who can run off screens. But Kuminga is that guy that puts pressure on the rim for us. He's been playing so much better this season. He's under control. He understands his strength. He literally looks like he understands his assignment. Um, yes, he had 18 minutes, but he should have had 24, right? When we're seeing this lead get chopped down to 12, sub in Kuminga. Sub Kuminga in immediately. Okay? I think it was like KEVON, LOONEY, Steph, CP3, Clay, and Wiggins. That was the 5 pretty much for the end of the game. And they just could not hold the Nuggets off. A huge part of that is no Jonathan Kuminga out there, man. I don't know why Steve Kerr will not play this young man the minutes that he really deserves. Seems as if he's in the doghouse of Steve Kerr. He doesn't play the entire second half of the game. Are you kidding me? It makes no sense. I'm really questioning Steve Kerr's decision making. I know he likes to play his veterans, but this is ridiculous. Told you guys I had a cold. I don't know what Steve Kerr's doing out here. I don't know what he's doing. And clearly you can see it's bringing tears to my eyes. The favoritism, right? Opting to stick with the veterans that are blowing the lead instead of putting somebody in who can help you secure this win. Not only offensively, but defensively, right? Aaron Gordon was a problem for us last night, guarding Aaron Gordon. He's a former dunk champion. No, he's never been a dunk champion, but he should have been, right? He's a crazy athletic guy, but he's not a 30 points per game guy. He's not even a 20 points per game guy. But he destroyed us last night with his athleticism. Who do we have that can match athleticism with an Aaron Gordon? Jonathan Kuminga. He's the most athletic player, probably other than Gary Payton II on our squad. And there's no Gary Payton II because he's injured. So it should have been a no-brainer to put Kuminga in during that Nuggets run. But that's all I'm going to say about Kuminga for now. All right. Number 2, Trace Jackson-Davis, right? He's been playing extremely well. Racked up quite a few double-doubles in the last few weeks. KEVON, LOONEY cannot guard Nikola Jokic. Everybody knows that. KEVON LOONEY knows that. Nikola Jokic knows that. Steve Kerr knows that. I know that. You know that. Everybody in that arena knew that. I think KEVON LOONEY picked up 3 fouls in the fourth quarter after they had that 18-point lead. And those 3 fouls were just like backbreakers every time. Like, LOONEY, stop fouling. Just stop, dude. And it ends up getting the Nuggets into the bonus. And it's like, what are we doing? Take him out. Put in someone else. It's not like we have a guy over there that's showing us that he can step up in big moments. And that he's a good passer and a better finisher than LOONEY. Because LOONEY doesn't give us anything offensively. Nothing at all. Zero. Zilch. Let me show you. And don't don't get me wrong. KEVON Looney's been great for the Warriors. He shows a lot of heart, man. He got, great leadership, but he cannot guard Jokic. He has been schooled many times over the years by Jokic. He does not know how to guard Jokic. Jokic always uses Looney's leverage against him. He knows how to play against Looney. It's barbecue chicken, like Shaq says. All right, KEVON Looney out there, 22 minutes, only 4 rebounds. Looney's supposed to be a rebounding machine, right? Only 4 rebounds, 7 points, 3 assists. Okay, we might as well put in a guy who's showed us he can get a double-double, right? 10 rebounds, 10 points. We get that 10 rebounds, 10 points last night. I think we secure that victory. All right? We get that 10 rebounds, 10 points. We secure that victory. KEVON Looney should not have finished that game last night. Then we opt with Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson. Okay. I really have no problem with finishing with Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. But you did have a young man out there in Brandon Pajinski who got you 13, 5, and 2 and was 3 of 4 from 3 last night. He's been stepping up, playing huge. You had Chris Paul who gave you 9 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds in 30 minutes, which is not bad. Not going to say that's bad at all, but Brandon Pajinski obviously gives you better defense. He's a better shooter, and he gives you more energy on the floor. He's also a guy who can handle the ball as well. Chris Paul is praised for his floor generalship, making the right plays, not turning the ball over. But maybe we could have stuck with Pods at the end of that game, because he was having a really good game for the Warriors last night. And, the young guys have to be shown some love. Is Steve Kerr losing his coaching touch? Is what this boils down to. This video. Is Steve Kerr losing his touch? Jonathan Kuminga has come out in the media expressing his frustration about not being able to finish games, especially in losses, right? If you win in, everybody's happy. Everybody's content. Winning heals everything. But we ain't winning right now. We're 2 games under 500. We got a game tonight against the Detroit Pistons, so we got a back-to-back. We can't really afford to sulk. But we got to make some changes, man. We got to make some changes. We can't just keep playing these veteran guys just because 2-3 years ago you could count on them to get the job done. It's not 2-3 years ago. It's 2024, Steve Kerr. Jonathan Kuminga was drafted in the top 10 for a reason. And then this guy, I feel so sorry for him. Every time he gets on the court, he does something positive, and Steve Kerr won't even let him in the rotation unless somebody gets hurt or the Warriors get down by 15-20. Then here he comes to Moses Moody. And then Moses Moody comes in and makes an immediate impact. And it just looks so ridiculous. Why isn't this guy playing all the time? You can find 10, 15 minutes for Moses Moody. I'm sorry. Andrew Wiggins is not playing that good. He just not. There's a lot of trade rumors surrounding Andrew Wiggins right now. Are the Warriors looking to trade him? I don't know, but there's a lot of smoke, right? Moses Moody deserves playing time. Plain and simple. I don't understand it. I don't know why. I'm not in the practices, obviously. We're not in the practices. But this kid can play basketball. And like I said, when he comes in, something positive happens. He plays his butt off. He plays good defense. He's smart. He can shoot. He can drive to the basket. He does it all. So what's going on with Steve Kerr? Is it the fact that he's lost some of his amazing assistants? You know, Mike Brown was his right-hand man for quite a few years. It seems like Steve Kerr is struggling with, obviously, his rotations, knowing what players to put in at what time, sticking with certain players too long during the game who have not been showing enough during that one particular game to warrant closing the game. It's all based upon historical memory, right? I trust these guys because they've been champions for me 2 years ago. They have 4 rings. Looney has, 3 rings. That have nothing to do with the particular game you're in the moment. The other team doesn't care if Looney has 3 rings. When he can barely even get off the ground. And then you got a guy on the bench who's a lob threat, who's more athletic, who's a good defender, who's a shot blocker that can protect the rim. But you're still stuck on KEVON Looney. He's not even... Trayce Jackson-Davis had been starting. It showed the difference. When Trayce Jackson-Davis started. But then he goes back to Looney during the Nuggets. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. So a lot of fans are frustrated right now. Like I said, the Warriors had an 18-point lead last night. They were getting it done. I mean, Steph had 30. Clay had 24. Clay had a really great second quarter. Steph had a good, third. They were rolling. And then you look at the end of that game, and you're wondering what's going on. At that 7-minute mark, it was like they were trying to stall the game out. Instead of putting the pressure on the Nuggets, it was like they were just trying to waste the clock every time and stop being aggressive. Why are you stopping at the 7-minute mark? I could see at the 2-minute mark with the 18-point lead, but not a 7-minute mark with the 18-point lead. Like, keep being aggressive. Keep going to the basket. Get to the free throw line. Oh, that's right. Jonathan Kuminga isn't in the game. He's the best guy on the roster at getting to the free throw line and being aggressive, playing downhill. That's his strength. Playing downhill, finding a mismatch, taking them to the basket. 7-minute mark, we're just content to just pass the ball around the perimeter. And then jack up a shot in the last 3 seconds of the shot clock. Stop being aggressive. Just plain and simply stop being aggressive. Didn't call timeouts when the momentum was shifting. Just let it build and build and build and build for the Nuggets. And then it was too late. And then you did not make the proper substitutions. When you saw that Looney was racking up fouls, when you saw that Looney was struggling, instead of taking him out, you bring in Saric and pair him alongside Looney. Come on, man. So yeah, it's your boy Let's Pray. I hope you're having a blessed and prosperous day. It's the state of the Warriors franchise right now, man. It's just a big, frustrating cloud hanging over the Warriors right now. Obviously, Draymond Green suspended, and I'm not even going to get into that. I do have a video on that I, talk in depth about Draymond's suspension. Gary Payton II injured again after missing a month of the season already. Looked like he's going to miss at least 2 to 3 weeks with a grade 2 hamstring pull, strain, whatever you want to call it. But he must play on. Warriors against the Pistons tonight, baby. I'm always going to be a part of Dubnation. So go Dubs. But Steve Kerr, I don't know if he needs like a end game. I don't know, like a one coach just dedicated to rotations, situational rotations. It seems like he needs a coach that's just dedicated to that. I would like to put my application in because he's struggling, man. He is struggling as a coach right now. And I've been one of the biggest Steve Kerr supporters during his entire tenure as a Warriors coach. But he is struggling, man. He has to let go of that stubbornness. He is the most stubborn coach I believe I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I had a high school coach who was extremely stubborn, but Steve Kerr, man, you gotta take the training wheels off these young guys, man. You gotta loosen the reins of them young stallions you got, bro. And you gotta let them run. Let these youngsters run, man. I won't be surprised if we see a trade though before the trade deadline. Kuminga is voicing his displeasure. Everybody's talking about trading Wiggins, but it could be Kuminga that's gone, man. He has a right to not be happy at this point. There's a lot of rumors swirling around him, but after last night's game and him not being able to get in the game and watching that 18-point collapse in the fourth quarter, he has a right to be upset. He spent a top 10 draft pick on him. Why are you not playing him? So, we'll be back tonight, man. See what they do against the Pistons, man. The Pistons are not easy work. I mean, yes, they had a 28-game losing streak, but if you watch some of those games, them dudes play hard, bro. I took Boston to overtime. Them guys play hard. They were giving up a little bit at the beginning of the season, but those guys play hard. James Wiseman coming back to the Bay. He's a Piston. They get Cade Cunningham with the Pistons as well. They got some young talent over there. Jalen Duren, the center. He's an athletic big that can run up and down. Let me guess, we're going to start KEVON LOONEY against an athletic big. Yeah. If I'm Steve Kerr last night, I didn't get any sleep because I gotta know I costed the team. I costed the team that game last night. And my explanations don't make any sense. Why don't put the players in the game that give us the best chance to win? That's the number one question. Why are we not putting the players in the game that give us the best chance to win? I'm going to end it on that note. It's your boy, Let's Pray. Hope you have a blessed and a prosperous day. Much love to you. Happy New Year. Please stay safe. Hey, man, make sure you keep yourself covered up. Out here, it's cold, boy. So I'm about to get back into bed, as you see. I've been struggling to get this out, but I had to do it for y'all. I had to do it for me because I had something to get off my chest, man. So I'll be back tonight with a recap after the Pistons game, if I'm not asleep. Then I'll see you tomorrow morning, but I plan on being awake to watch this Pistons game. All right, guys. Have a blessed and a prosperous Friday. TGIF. Go Dubs. Peace and I'm out.